In between. On my way here from the subway, I found myself thinking about my sister. She lives with her husband in California. And I was realizing that if it were not for her, I would not be coming here this morning. If it were not for her loving me when I was a little kid, from when I was born, I wouldn't have been writing poems and then invited to come and have the honor and opportunity of reading you a couple of poems. So that's my first in-between, is that in between the love, the power of the nourishing love in between my big sister and me. And when I was invited to join the in-between festivities, I thought of a poem I could read from a book of mine, Stag's Leap, which is a book of poems which sings the end by divorce of a long marriage. So when a stag leaps off a cliff, a low enough cliff, a curb maybe, to get away from a hunter, the deer in mid-leap is between danger and hoped for safety. And a poem is in between its writer or speaker and its hearer or reader. Right now, physically, a poem is going to be in the air between me and you, from one me to the one of each of you. At the end of a long marriage, it's in between the old love and troubles and the new love and troubles. Love and sex are in between, in between people. And what people think of us is between us and them. What we think they think of us and what they actually think of us. So this poem that I'm going to read is called Poem for the Breasts. So it's not always in a TED Talk that we overhear someone talking about their breasts. But I think that's one thing certainly that poetry is for, is to give us intimacy among each other, all different ways, so we know each other better. Compassion, as he was saying. And maybe I thought of this poem of in between because there are usually two breasts, and so in between them there may be communication as well as between them and another or others. So in between is where the poem's going to be right now, between me, who has made something and wants to give it to you. Poem for the Breasts. Like other identical twins, they can be better told apart in adulthood. One is fast to wrinkle her brow, her brain, her quick intelligence. The other dreams inside a constellation, freckles of Orion. They were born when I was 13. They rose up half out of my chest. Now they're 40, wise, generous. I am inside them, in a way under them, or I carry them. I'd been alive so many years without them. I can't say I am them, though their feelings are almost my feelings, as with someone one loves. They seem to me like a gift that I have to give. That boys were said to worship their category of being, almost starve for it, did not escape me. And some young men loved them the way one would want oneself to be loved. All year they have been calling to my departed husband, singing to him like a pair of soaking sirens on a scaled rock. They can't believe he's left them. It's not in their vocabulary, they being made of promise. They're like literally kept vows. Sometimes now I hold them a moment, one in each hand, twin widows, heavy with grief. They were a gift to me, and then they were ours, like thirsty nurslings of excitement and plenty. And now it's the same season again, the very week he moved out. Didn't he whisper to them, "Wait here for me 1 year"? No. He said, "God be with you, God bye with you, God bye for the rest of this life and for the long nothing." And they do not know language. They are waiting for him. My Christ, they are dumb. They do not even know they are mortal. Sweet, I guess, refreshing to live with, beings without the knowledge of death, creatures of ignorant suffering.